No, I'm so late with this review, and I hate being late, especially with my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review. I hate being late, but anyway, better late than never. I guess that's what they say, right? Okay. Hey y'all, my name is Belle. This is the Belle Perspective, and we are here to discuss Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, their season 13 reunion part one. I had a couple thoughts about this. We're just going to talk because, again, I am so late. Okay. Now, I do want to just touch on the fashion real quick, real quick. I don't think anybody looked just terrible, but I don't know how can I say this? You ever notice somebody you be like, girl, what the hell you got on? But it's not terrible. It's not like, oh girl, you need to take that off. It's not like that, right? So to me, Dorit's outfit was, girl, what the hell you got on? And I hated her shoes. It was giving very much P Valley Depot. Okay. Yeah, her outfit was like, girl, what the hell you got on? But also it complements the grand scheme of things, right? Does that make sense? So it's like, you don't got to take it off, but girl, what the hell you got on? It's that. I don't know how else to describe it. Um, I will say Garcelle looked decent. She looked pretty because they usually be effing her all the way up. Sutton looked like Sutton, like she usually do. Ain't nothing wrong with Sutton. She not a fashion girly, so I don't look to her for fashion. Who I felt ate the best to me is Erika Jayne. I feel like Erika Jayne always eats. Like she, to me, on this show is best dressed, period. I don't think any of the other girls really, do much. Crystal gonna just give you a regular old, just, hey y'all, I'm here kind of thing. So I don't expect much from anybody else, child. 8.5, girl, she 8.5. She gave us a B like she usually do. Okay. Anyway, so let's get into it. Did y'all hear Andy when he said, hey hood to Dorit? I hollered. That sounded like some mess that he got from Wendy. I mean, not Wendy, but Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all, I lost. I was like, oh my God, not hey hood. Quiet as it's kept. I'm gonna start using that. That's what I'm gonna call Dorit. Anyway, so yeah. All right. So Dorit gets a text message from Kyle a day before they're shooting for the reunion. Okay. Now, I'm with Dorit on this. She sends Dorit this long message about, basically, in a nutshell, I know we have our issues within our relationship, but you don't got to bring that up in front of all these people on this reunion. And I'm with Dorit. It's a reunion. This is where we come to hash out all of our problems, all of our issues. So why would you want to hide it now? Okay. And so to say that, I say that to go off and bounce off of my thoughts on Kyle and this whole situation. Okay. Again, we're just talking. I'm not going to go scene by scene because it's late. Okay. Y'all just want to get the highlights, and I just want to give you the highlights. Okay. So Kyle has been on this mission to try to sanitize her image and pick and choose what she wants to show us on reality TV. Okay. Now, again, by no means do I feel like every aspect of your life needs to be shown on television, right? I don't believe that. I do think that there are elements and areas of people's personal lives that we just don't need to be in the midst of, like things that have to do with your children, personal things like that. No, we really don't need to have that kind of conversations. We really don't. Their personal private lives of your kids, I don't want to do that. I don't want to exploit nobody's kids. But if you decide that you want to be on reality TV, you want to show us your life, your marriage specifically, because this show is called Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, okay? Trying to hide your marriage, okay? Trying to hide problems in your marriage, trying to hide problems within your friendship, trying to hide potential, changes within your sexuality, while you don't have to say things directly, but trying to hide them intentionally is crazy to me, okay? And I feel like Kyle wanted Dorit to do exactly what Kyle wanted her to do, okay? So we have a whole conversation about you're exaggerating our friendship. Dorit, I'm with Dorit on this, okay? So one minute in one breath you're telling Dorit that you exaggerated our friendship because we don't hang out like that. When the last time we hung out? But then in the situation with Kathy, when you wanted Dorit to have your back, you were like, I was closer to you than Kathy, so why would you stick up for me and not Kathy? I was like, now wait a minute. So you want Dorit to be your friend when you want Dorit to be your friend, but you don't want Dorit to be your friend when you ain't fooling with her like that? Kyle is she wants to have her cake and eating it too. And that's not how this works. Okay, that's not how this works. That's not how it goes. Not in real life, not on reality TV. Okay. And the fact that she has gone out of her way, and like Dorit said, she tries to punish her. Go back to my review when I talked about Dorit and the whole PK situation when they went to when PK was trying to celebrate their anniversary. I said it in the car ride. I said, Kyle does not want to talk about this marriage. She pissed at Dorit. She looked like, Dorit, shut up. I'm ready to hurry up and get rid of you so you can go so I can leave. I'm dropping you off because they asked me to drop you off. As soon as you're done, I'm ready to go. That's exactly how she was looking. And that's how she treats Dorit to me. And I think that I personally feel like Kyle needs to just go ahead and get off the show. And the reason why I say that is because she has a short fuse with everyone. It seems like she's over everybody, which is fine. You can be over everyone, but don't still be trying to act like everything is fine and dandy when it's clearly not. And we can see that you over these women, clearly over them, because I still to this day don't understand what the hell you got an issue with Sutton. Because if anything, Sutton constantly kissing your ass. Like all these women be trying to kiss Kyle's ass, and she's completely over them. And I don't understand why. Anyway, Kyle says that you didn't take up for me. You know, you were saying things in the confessional about me, trying to make it seem like I had something going on with Morgan. Mama, you made it seem like you had something going on with Morgan. Girl, you tattooed your initial on this lady body. Girl, your body language when we were sitting there watching y'all talk to each other, girl, you was flirting and gushing over her. She even said it there. So 1 minute you're no, you know, girls, no. And then they ask you in this season, you know, would you be interested in dating a woman or would you be open to doing that? And you're like, you know, possibly. Girl, that is going to get the people talking. And here you are talking to this woman, okay? And we're not finna beat around the bush. I don't think Morgan liked the boys. I don't think she liked the boys. And that's fine. She don't got to like the boys. But I'm just saying, she don't look like the boy. She don't look like she like the boys. And it also look like you might like her. So here you go. You feeding her strawberries. You running up behind her, giggling and kikiing like a little schoolgirl. It's obvious, okay, that something is going on. And again, here you are trying to hide your reality on a reality TV show. That's not how this works, mama. That is not how this works, okay? Anyway, again, I'm sick of this whole Kyle and Kathy situation. Don't nobody want to get involved with you and your sister. Okay. You don't get involved with sibling situations. Not like that. You really don't. You try to steer clear. Cause 1 minute they cussing, fussing and fighting. And the next minute they coming after you. Right. If you get involved, don't nobody want to be involved in that foolishness. All right. Anyway, we're moving on because I want to talk about, Garcelle raising the boys over there by herself. Basically, she said that Mike would not bring up and still has not brought up the reason why their family has dissolved. And Garcelle has had to be the one to actually bring it up with the boys and explain to them what the situation was, and is still explaining it to them to this day because Mike refuses to talk about it. He's acting like nothing happened, and he is the reason why his family fell apart. I'm like, how you the one caused the family to fall apart, but you still get let off the hook by not having to face it and tell your sons what you've done? That is crazy to me. I personally would have boxed Mike in, called for a family meeting, and would have said, why did our family break up? Like, you're going to be put on, you're going to talk about this. No, I'm not going to be bearing the brunt of trying to, you hurt me, break up our family. I got to sit up here and tell our kids this same story over and over again, provide explanations, and you just get off scot-free and you the one that did it? Hell nah. I would absolutely, every chance I get, box him in. And maybe I'm not a parent, I don't got no kids, and I don't want none. And I know that might be very, very immature, but no, sir. You are going to be a parent. You're going to be an adult, and you're going to own your actions, okay? So that was getting on my nerves. All right, so let's get into the whole situation about microaggressions and all the things. Again, I'm not going to go word for word. I will say that 8.5 is a she is one of those type of black people who you really just, it's unfortunate because what they do is try to let white folks off the hook when they don't need to be let off the hook. Okay. So get into the whole situation about the word aggressive, right? Or attacking. Um, Let me take a step back really quickly. While I understand that the Housewives show is supposed to be about fabulousness and luxury and, drinking wine and cocktails at, 11:30 a.m. because y'all ain't got shit to do, kind of living, just carrying on, the kind of carrying on that we like to see, rich and fabulous and just unaware. With that being said, there is also an underlying a part of our society, right? There are racial issues. Okay. Now, had this cast been homogeneous racially, okay, had this been a homogeneous mixture of races, right, we probably wouldn't have to deal with that, right? Because they're all white people aren't really trying to go around and talk about racism and tearing it down and deconstructing. They're not really trying to do that because it doesn't benefit them. Okay. Matter of fact, it puts them in the hot seat. So shout out to all the white people that actually are trying to deconstruct the racism and all of the things that they have been taught. Okay. So now, as we're integrating black folks into the real housewife space, this space of luxury, this space of luster and opulence, etc., because we are black, because we are black, there is an element of racial discrimination. There is an element of racism that it will always be present once black people get into the equation. And because it is our reality, we can't be silent. Okay. And so long gone are the days. And this is really what I really want to hone in on before I move on. Long gone are the days that white people can watch TV and not have to worry, quote unquote, worry about, oh, here comes the race card, kind of like. Long gone are the days. First of all, because my race is not a card to play. Okay. My race, who I am, is not a card to play. Right. So long gone are the days where it's only white people around and you can just act however you want and you don't have to be held accountable or called out for the microaggressions and for some of the ignorant and downright racist things that you've been taught and learned throughout the centuries. Okay. So again, long gone are those days. Okay. We are here. We are black folks. We are going to make our voices loud. Okay. You're going to hear what we have to say. You're no longer going to be able to be comfortable sitting here in ignorance. Okay. And Dorit kept saying, my intent, my intent. We don't give a fuck about your intent. Okay. What's important is impact. All right. Fuck your intent. Period. Okay, that's all I can say, right? Fuck your intent. What your intentions was, I don't give a fuck about that. What you need to be concerned about was the impact, okay? So the impact of what you said was dangerous, all right? And what I need white folks to understand is that, again, long gone are those days. You are going to have to own up and take accountability for all of the bullshit that you have learned, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, because we are here and we are going to voice what we have experienced for centuries. Period. That's it. Point blank, period. So your intent, Dorit, I don't give a fuck about that. No one gives a fuck about that. You need to be concerned with the impact, okay? So that's my thoughts on that. The other piece I want to say is that it's going to continue to happen. These conversations are going to continue to happen as we have more and more black housewives, Asian housewives, okay, Native American, okay, Indian, people who are not white. We're going to have these conversations because those are the people who have been left out of the conversation for a very long time. And now the door is open. We done kick that damn door in, all right? And we're going to keep on kicking the door in, and we're going to force you to have these conversations and really own up to your shit, period. Now, it's unfortunate that 8.5 is still part of the old guard, and the reason why I say that is because she was so quick to rush and invalidate Garcelle, right? Trying to tell Garcelle that she needed to defend her as Sutton was telling her that she was yelling at her, which you were. Okay, two different scenarios, totally different situations. It's like, ma'am, you came to Sutton attacking her about her medical history, trying to call her a liar. You were yelling at her. Both of you all were yelling at each other because it wasn't an argument. It was a heated discussion. The conversation between Dorit and Garcelle was not a heated discussion. They weren't arguing. And Dorit said that she was attacking Garcelle, okay? Dorit said Garcelle was attacking her. Two totally different circumstances, okay? And the thing about what Garcelle was saying is not that she needed anybody to defend her. She was telling Dorit to her face, speaking on her own behalf, that I don't appreciate this. So in that same manner, ma'am, you can defend yourself against Sutton, which I still don't understand what you need to defend yourself for, because you were the one in the wrong, okay? So trying to tell Garcelle that she needed to stand up for you as off the strength of being a black woman, but then also trying to uplift Dorit and get her off the hook because you felt like Dorit was the one that, stood up for you while Sutton was trying to attack. Sutton was not, first of all, Dorit was not standing up for you as a black woman, telling you that, oh, no, not yet. No, the only reason why Dorit was even halfway sticking up for you is because she don't like Sutton. Okay? So please, anyway, 8.5. Let me get into her real quick. 8.5, her mom passed on, and they actually caught it on camera, the whole camera, and nobody aired it. They didn't air any of this. Do I think that would have changed my perspective on 8.5? Absolutely not. I feel like I'm so cold-blooded towards her. I don't care what she got going on. I don't care about any of that. And I know that's horrid to say. It's horrid to say, but I don't care. I really don't care. I think that if you want people to care about you, you need to care about other people. If you want people to show compassion towards you, sympathy and empathy, you need to be able to do the same. And I have not seen not one sliver, not one iota of compassion, empathy, none of those things. Okay. So let's get into Crystal real quick. Going back and forth. 8.5 is a liar. We done seen her lie. She has implied, not even implied, she said it, that Sutton had an eating disorder. Okay. Then she tried to make it seem like Crystal was the one that said Sutton had an eating disorder. Craziness. Just craziness. Now, what I will say, Crystal was wrong in terms of 8.5 needing to have a supervising physician. I looked it up, and there are some states that don't require nurse anesthetists who are not physicians, okay? Some states do not require nurse anesthetists to have a supervising attending physician working above them, right? California is one of those states. So depending on the state that you live in, a nurse anesthetist could or could not work independently and have some sort of, a supervising physician above them. So it just depends on the state they live in. So 8.5 was correct. She wasn't lying with that. But the rest of that bullshit, she was lying. I believe wholeheartedly, based off of all the bean footage that I've watched from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, that 8.5 told Crystal that she was an anesthesiologist. I believe it. Every word, okay? And then she backpedaled and said that she was a nurse anesthetist, and then tried to make it seem like Crystal was confused about the position. And now, because that didn't work, because Crystal isn't confused between a nurse anesthetist and an anesthesiologist, okay? Two separate things, because an anesthesiologist is an MD who's gone to school for much longer than a nurse anesthetist has, okay? So since she knows that Crystal isn't confused, so then she flipped it and tried to say that Crystal was downplaying her profession. Because of all of this, I don't care what 8.5 had going on. Anyway, what else is going on? I think that's pretty much it for in terms of everything that I want to talk about. I just still think that Kyle is I feel like Kyle is a stunt in the show, and if she don't get herself together, she needs to leave. She needs to go off the show, because if she's not really going to try to show her real life, if she's in at this point where she's trying to manipulate and play games to try to cover and hide certain things, then what are we here for, love? Why are we here? Okay, I don't understand. And if you're going that far to do all of those different things, then it's time for you to go ahead and head out. Okay, go ahead and log off on me, baby. That's all. That's it. That's all. That really is what it all comes down to, in my humble opinion. Okay. Anyway, y'all get down in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills heifers. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.